So in this part, we are going to review briefly the basic anatomy and physiology of renal system. Our goal is to recognize individual parts of the renal system, see how the fluids from plasma filtrate to urine actually flow and describe the differences between female and male urethra. So why are actually kidneys important? It's an organ that is critical for management of our fluids, of our water, and it also removes waste products, for example, from proteins, protein catabolism, or any other products, for example, some medications or toxins that we ingested. So, what would actually happen if our kidneys did not work? One of the uh, key thing would be that our electrolytes would be disturbed, and high level of potassium could severely affect our heart functions. Also, the altered level of sodium can lead to changes in mental status. So having well-working kidneys is really essential. So here we are looking at the coronal section of human body, and you see here that kidneys are a pair organ. We have left and right and left kidney, and they are located under diaphragma in the back of the abdominal cavity. And here we see the right kidney is slightly lower, position slightly lower than the left kidney. And the reason for that is that the liver is quite a big organ and pressures a little bit during the development on the right kidney. So now the right kidney looks like a bean, and it's supplied by a renal artery coming from aorta, and then the blood is drained through the renal vein that enters the vena cava inferior. So these are the structures here. And as the blood comes in, the plasma is filtered, and we will look at how is that done. So then the plasma is, the filtrate is processed, and then it travels from kidney as already ready urine and goes through the ureter into the bladder where it's held. And then when the person is ready to void, when there is sufficient amount of urine in the bladder and the reflex is activated, we can empty then the urine from through the urethra out of the body. Now you see that the female and male renal system is very similar. The difference is actually only in the urethra. So let's have a look at that. So here you see a sagittal section of a female pelvic area, and you see here female bladder and a short urethra that is separated from gonadal system. So the gonadal exit, vagina, is posteriorly, and so these two exits are separate. And then here we see the colon and rectum for gastrointestinal voiding. In men, the situation is different. Here you have bladder, and you see already at first glimpse that the urethra is much longer, and there are also physiological bands of urethra. It's not as straight as in women. And the other big difference, not only the length, but the other big difference is that the the gonadal system is connected to urethra. So here we see testes, And from testis goes a vas deferens that is bringing sperm, and the sperm is the fluid is enriched by fluid in seminal vesicles, and then continues through ejaculatory duct and joins urethra within prostate. So as a result, men in male urethra travels both urine and the ejaculate coming from the gonads. So here is a diagram of renal system, and I would like you to take a moment and label these numbers to see what the structures mean, and then stop the recording, and on next slide you will have the answers.